How do I find new hobbies and interests after being stuck in addiction for so long? So if you're like me, and when you were in your addiction, your whole life revolved around drinking and doing drugs or whatever your drug of choice was. And that's how it was for me, my whole life. And not that drinking and doing drugs was the only thing I did. I still had other things. I still owned a business. I still had other things going on in my life, but literally every single thing revolved around drinking and doing drugs, whether it was going to a concert, going to a football game, going to any sports game, going out to dinner, going to Topgolf, going to the museum. I mean, like anything. Going on vacation. I mean, vacations were always revolved around drinking and doing drugs. And I only wanted to spend time around people that also wanted to drink and do drugs. So finding new hobbies and new interests and figuring out how to have fun, because having fun is imperative if you want to stay clean and sober. You have to learn how to have fun. And what that means is that you've got to learn how to do things differently. So for me, first off, I went to lots of meetings and I learned to laugh and I learned to pay attention and I learned to be present. And then I went to the meeting before the meeting after the meeting, which means I went to the coffee before the meeting. I went to lunch or breakfast or dinner after the meeting. I hung out with people in recovery. There were recovery related activities that I participated in. And it can be everything from kickball, foosball, Topgolf, golf, which as long as you're like, for me, I spent a lot of time I spent almost all of my time, if not all of my time, around people that I knew from the rooms of AA. That's what I did. That was what worked for me. That's not how my life looks today, but that was how I started developing new hobbies and new interests, was by hanging out with people that had what I wanted. I did the things that they did, and that was what worked for me. And I started doing yoga, and then I started getting more involved with health and fitness and taking care of myself. And I did Ironman a couple of times. So I was on the whole triathlon. I was in the triathlon world. So in the yoga world, I found that the principles of yoga are aligned with the principles of AA, or the 12-step program. And then so there are a lot of people that are in the yoga community that are in recovery, which is really comforting for someone like me, especially when I was new in recovery. I would go and do yoga, and there were lots of people, like, 20% of the people in the rooms of AA or in a yoga class are typically in AA, which was really comforting. It's like you have lots of friends of Bill everywhere. And then I started doing triathlons, and I did Ironman a couple of times. And then again, I see people that are from the rooms of AA that are also doing triathlons. And when you're doing a triathlon and when you're training, all that stuff, you're not drinking, you're not doing drugs. The focus is on fitness. And then also, while you're focusing on training, for me, in my experiences, I was able to get to a flow state, which is a form of meditation. That's the goal of meditation, is to get to a flow state. So when I'm exercising and I'm doing long runs and long bike rides and long swims, I'm able to get to a flow state, which is when I'm really able to come up with my best ideas and my best thoughts. Hiking, there's hiking clubs, there's meetup groups. Let's see, I did CrossFit for a little while, so part of that community. They say that the people that have the most communities, or having more communities, is associated with happiness. So for me, I'm connected to lots of different communities. And again, hiking, I mean, it can be a book club, it can be a meditation club or a meditation meeting, it can be triathlons, it can be cycling, swimming. Like for me, it's exercise and fitness. And there are other things. It doesn't have to be exercise and fitness, but that's just what it is for me. And I find that many people that are in recovery, I see lots of my friends of Bill that are doing the things that I like to do, which continues to promote me doing those things, if that makes sense. So the other thing too, another way to help you there are a couple other ways to help you find new hobbies and interests. If you're having trouble finding new hobbies and interests, on your own. If you go to a sober living home, that's one of the purposes of living in a sober living home, is you develop new lifestyle habits, new hobbies, new interests. And I mean, it's not just the exercise and the fitness, it's also your morning routine. Developing a morning routine, which can include, for me, it includes prayer, meditation, breath work, journaling, gratitude lists. So those are the things that I do. And so I think it's one of the best things that I do to get grounded every single day before every single day gets started is, again, breath work, prayer, meditation, gratitude list. And that's, I take at least an hour every single day to get myself grounded. I'm not hitting the snooze button 18 times before I run out the door and I'm late to my very first thing. I'm late to work. I always give myself enough time, which is one of the best things that I do. The morning is so precious to me, and my morning routine is so important. Making sure that I eat the right foods, because again, food can help with your mental health. I mean, big time, and addiction. So there's a lot. And so getting yourself into a sober living home is a good way to develop new hobbies, new interests, and surround yourself with some people that want to live a different life. Because really that's what you're doing, is you're learning how to live life differently, and developing these new habits is something it's like, hey, you're programmed to live life a certain way. And you've been living life a certain way for the last, half of your life, or 10 years or 20 years, or however long you've been drinking and doing drugs. So to develop, and what that means is that your thoughts, 95% of our thoughts are subconscious, and 95% of our thoughts today were the same thoughts that we had yesterday. So what that means is that it's so easy to go back to doing what you were doing before you got clean and sober. So it's going to take some work for you to really change your life, change your thinking, reprogram your thinking, and developing new hobbies and new interests is one of the best things that you can. And actually, it's important. It's more than important, it's imperative. And my experience is that people that want long-term recovery need new eating habits, new sleeping habits, new exercise habits. You pray and meditate. You realize that you're not God, or there is somebody greater than you. And there's a lot more than that, but just those are some of the things that I've realized. For a person that wants to be clean and sober, life has to change. Life has to be completely different. So a sober living home can help you get there. Also, a recovery coach or a life coach can also help you come up with the plan. A therapist can help you come up with the plan. So I like a life coach or a recovery coach, because a recovery coach is typically going to be a little more available and able to work with you on a daily basis. Because a recovery coach, the way most recovery coaching programs, Camelback Recovery is recovery coaching program, the coaches are available daily. Text, phone call, FaceTime, virtual meetings, to give you accountability and support and help you come up with a plan daily, weekly, monthly, to develop the new life that you're looking to live.